Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. All right. NASCAR Rally Auto Parts Series, United Rentals, Driven to Serve 250 from Coronado, Qualcomm Raceway, I think it was sponsored as. They're in San Diego. Qualifying literally just finishing up. There's no time left. It looks like Jeremy Clemens is left on the track. Right now, it looks like Brent Cruz is on the pole, followed by Parker Retzlaff, Anthony Alfredo, Viking Motorsports second and third. Awfully amazing. Austin Hill, not a road course racer by natural ability, but he's sitting fourth in qualifying in Quapple. So yeah, no Cup guys in this, unless you classify Austin Hill as a Cup guy. So yeah, I think it's going to be a fun, unique race. This is race 18 of the 2026 O'Reilly Auto Parts season. I'm 11-6 on my picks. 204 miles, 60 laps, 3 stages, 15, 15, and 30. So I was watching qualifying, kind of getting this all worked up. I think race starts in like two hours, I think, 3 o'clock. We got Cup qualifying coming up here shortly as well. So we're going to run down the stats. We're going to talk about road courses, street courses, and then points, and then get the 4 picks for the race. So in the road courses, since 2022, so 30 races, Brent Cruz has an average finish of 6.0. Obviously, he's been in all of them, I know. Corey Day, 10.0. Austin Hill, 10.46. Jesse Love, 11.43. Sam Mayer, 11.57 with 3 wins. Remember, 23, he was the road course guy before this Connor kid showed up and his SVG guy. Taylor Gray, 12.22. Austin Just Now Guy, 13.39. Austin Green, 13.5. Carson Quapple, 13.89. Sammy Smith, 14.77. Williams Swallowitz, 14.78. Now, if you look at just the last 9 road course races, so this is 25 and then 2 races so far in 26, Brent Cruz, 6.0 average finish. Austin Hill, 8.11. Austin actually, he's never won a road course race, but he's actually a fairly good road course racer. Sammy Smith, 9.33. Corey Day, 10.0. Jesse Love, 12.22. Taylor Gray, 12.22 average finish. Sam Mayer, 12.78. Austin Green, 13.57. Carson Quapple, 13.89. William Swallowitz, 14.78. Justin Nagar, 15.44. So then I narrowed it down a little bit, just the 2 road course races so far this year, Coda and Watkins Glen, and then the last 2 from last year, the Roval, and I can't remember the one before the Roval, top of my head. Brent Cruz, average finish of 6.0. So this kid obviously on the pole for this race, damn good road racer. We know Denny Hamlin has said he's kind of the heir apparent for his ride. I would personally like to see the 11, the actual number move to 2311, and then Brent Cruz take over the 18. I think that would be pretty cool. If he takes over the 11, that's awesome as well. Jesse Love, 7.0. Corey Day, 10.0. The future of the Cup Series, when a Brent Cruz, Jesse Love, Corey Day, I think we're setting up pretty good here for the future. Justin Nagar, 10.25. Taylor Gray, 10.5. Sammy Smith, 11.0. Austin Hill, 11.5. Austin Green, 12.73. William Swallowitz, 13.0. Carson Quapple, 13.5. And Jeb Burton, 14.0. Now, this is a street course with different pavements, just like the Chicago street course. It's a street course, not just like, I know, but it's a street course. And I've learned from doing the NTT IndyCar, they have road courses, street courses, ovals. So we're going to kind of look at, since this is a street course, we're going to look at the 3 Chicago and kind of look at those average finishes and kind of base the picks off of guys who've run well on the road course / street course. So with the 3 road courses, these are 3 road courses, street courses only from Chicago. Austin Hill had the best average finish. Now, these are the drivers in the field. So I didn't put SVG numbers in here, Connor Zilic numbers in here, Connor Mozak numbers in here, Ross Chastain, any one of those guys, because they're not in the field. Austin Hill, 5.3. Jesse Love, 5.5. A couple RCR cars there. Sammy Smith, 8.66. Justin Nagar, 11.67. A couple of Junior Motorsports cars. Harrison Burton, 12.0. Sheldon Creed, 13.3. Dean Thompson, 14. Sam Mayer, 15, Carson Quapple, 16, and Jeb Burton, 20.3. Those are on the street courses from Chicago. So, we have looked at all the road courses in the last 4 years. The last year and last year and this year. The last 4, a little smaller sample size, and then the 3 street courses. Based on all those 4 categories, I got my 4 picks to win. First off, we're going to hit the points. Wait, 18 of 24. The regular season ends at Daytona, which is race 24. This year is race 8. This is race 18, so we're 17 in. Justin Allgaier, 5 wins. 250-point lead over second place. Mind you, 76 points is the most points you can earn in any weekend. So he has a 3-race lead in points. He literally can miss the next 3 races and still be leading the points. He is plus 413 to the cut line. Jesse Love is plus 163 to the cut line, minus 250 from the lead. Corey Day with 2 wins, plus 146 to the cut line, minus 267 to the lead. Sheldon Creed with a win, plus 140. Brandon Jones, plus 118. Austin Hill with a win, and then Carson Kvapil, both are plus 94. Sammy Smith, plus 75. Sam Mayer, plus 30. Parker Retzlaff, plus 17. Can you imagine Viking Motorsports getting Parker Retzlaff into the chase this year? That would be absolutely amazing with a Junior Motorsports driver and a JGR driver outside the playoffs chase looking in. Parker Retzlaff qualified 2nd. Anthony Alfredo 3rd for Viking Motorsports. Absolutely amazing for that team. I love Anthony Alfredo's interview. Obviously got all of our sponsors in. Then he's like, yeah, I messed up like more than 3 times, and I wanted to go back out and try for the pole, but my crew chief called my name. He said he wouldn't let me because versus putting another lap on the tires versus what he could have gained possibly. No, you ain't going back out. So don't blame him. 3rd's great. William Sololich with a win, plus 16. Brent Cruz, minus 3. Taylor Gray, minus 3. Raja Cruz, minus 8. That right there, I think, is going to be the Cup Series in the next 5 to 10 years. Parker Retzlaff, William Sololich, Brent Cruz, Taylor Gray, Raja Cruz. Ryan Sieg, minus 37. Kind of on that fringe. I mean, a couple good runs, he might get in the chase. A couple bad runs, he'll be farther out. Other than that, Brendan Poole, minus 104. I think he has no shot at getting to the chase. Unless he has just a stellar, like, blows off some wins and makes some points up. Anthony Alfredo, minus 113. The fact that Parker is, I think, outdriving the equipment, but yet Anthony's kind of driving the equipment, I think. Dean Thompson, minus 123. I think that Viking Motorsports team, Parker Retzlaff is showing what he's made of, what he can do. And I think that's getting some eyes open. I know after his little Cup debacle a couple years ago at Daytona when he kind of helped Harrison Burton win over Kyle Busch when he was driving the 62 for Beard Motorsports, which is an RCR affiliate. He lost his O'Reilly Series ride with Jordan Anderson because of that. I think a lot of people looked down on him for that day. I think he's kind of making that comeback with a lot of people, what he's doing here in Viking Motorsports. I'm hoping next year maybe Parker goes to the RCR number 2 since we know Jesse Love is moving up to the O'Reilly Series. But we did see Parker Retzlaff in a Legacy Motor Club Toyota suit when he drove the 62 for Harmar Friesen in the Truck Series. I don't know what that means. One thing I thought it might mean, could Legacy Motor Club be looking at an O'Reilly Series team, possibly, with an alliance with JGR and Sam Hunt? Or could it be, it was a Toyota truck, he's the same size as John Hunter, maybe we give him a fire suit that says Toyota on it, but why say Legacy Motor Club when he has nothing to do with it? Unless there's something we don't know, unless Eric Jones isn't coming back, or we think Riley Herbst is in the 84. Could it be Parker? Could that announcement be coming soon? I would more likely think it's because Riley comes with a sponsor, so we know how big sponsors are in the sport. I think it could be maybe a relationship with Legacy Motor Club and Tricon, where maybe Parker is in the Truck Series next year, since we know the truck kind of runs like the Cup car, and maybe Parker goes full-time in the Truck Series in one of the Toyota teams with a handful of starts in the 4th at Legacy Motor Club. So maybe in 28, if Eric Jones leaves or John Hunter leaves, hope it's Eric Jones. I'm a John Hunter fan, actually. That Parker gets that Cup ride. We looking at that? We might be. But anyway. All right. So, the United Rentals Driven to Serve 250 NASCAR Cup Series from Naval Base Coronado, Qualcomm Speedway, or Raceway, whatever they're calling it now. The 4 picks. Gotta go with the pole setter, Brent Cruz. Gotta go with Jesse Love. I think this guy runs so awesome on the road courses and street courses. Even though he's leaving at the end of the year, I don't think RC is going to try to screw him over on the O'Reilly Series. I don't think he's going to try to screw Richard over either. I think this was the business deal. When we thought Kyle was going to come back to the 8 car next year, there was no place in the Cup for Jesse Love. He went looking elsewhere. Unfortunately, because he signed with Ford and Wood Brothers when Kyle unfortunately passed away, I think Richard was like, we'll just let Austin Hill have the ride. Sorry, you're leaving. Go win your championship in the O'Reilly Series. I guess. I'm thinking that's what happened. Because if you remember, and I pointed this out to a couple people online, the 33 car was supposed to be in 600 with Jesse Love and C4 as the sponsor, C4 energy drink. But when it actually got pulled, like the week before Kyle was even sick. So it's not like they pulled the day before. No, it was pulled like the week before. The early entry list came out and the 33 was on there with Jesse Love. That Monday when the entry list came out, the 33 was already withdrawn. This was prior to Kyle even going to the hospital being sick. So it wasn't like they knew this was happening, so they did that. I think they pulled the car because Jesse Love signed with Wood Brothers. Then the stuff with Kyle happened. Then they decided just to use the 33 because it was already, Austin's already driven it this year. And then it was like, we really don't want to put Jesse Love in this because he is leaving. And we know how different the two series are, so we don't want to give any information up, basically on the Cup side, to Jesse Love to take with him. And it's not more about what written information, it's more about what's in here. So I get that completely. So Brent Cruz, Jesse Love, I'm going with Corey Day as well. 2 wins already this year. The kid runs well on road courses, and then Austin Hill, him getting his first career road course win. We've seen what he did on street courses. We've seen what he did on road courses. Again, this is a great race for him without an SVG or Connor Zillage in there. Because next week when we go to Coda, I think we have both of them in there maybe. I haven't seen if there's an entry list out, early entry list out there for next week yet or not. Go ahead and see if I can pull that up here and see. We did find out that Jesse Love did not make a qualifying run. That there was an issue with the length of the lug nuts, I guess the studs. And even, I think it was Parker or one of the, Jimmy Murray talked about a few years ago, Cup guys used to do this in order to make pit stops quicker. So that obviously got found yesterday in inspection. So no qualifying, pass-through penalty. See what happens. He's starting at the back with that pass-through. He won't lose a lap, but hopefully he can make it up and not tear the car up coming through. And yes, the entry list is out for the Pit Boss Food Max 250. Connor Zillage in the 1 car. Shane Van Gisbergen in the 9. So we got the road course guys there next week. So yeah, this is the week for on Austin Hill or Brent Cruz to kind of get some confidence and kind of make a name for themselves on the road course until you go battle the big boys. So yeah. All right, a couple hours away from the green flag. As always, thanks for watching Rubber Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Rubber Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.